come on. Come on! Yeah! Die! Or whatever. I don't know. Come on. Come on! Yeah! Come on, yeah. Hello there. I was just playing some video games. Actually, no, I wasn't. This isn't even on. There we go. Ah, that one works. That's a bad green screen effect. Anyways. The reason I'm doing this video is about 5.5 years ago, I got a capture device. And since then, I've recorded pretty much every time I played a video game. And that footage has taken up quite a bit of space on my hard drives. Terabytes worth, to be honest. And I feel like I need to do something with that footage to justify recording all that. So, I'm doing a series called What Have I Been Playing? This looks at the games I've been playing in the past few months, and I will give my brief thoughts on each one and tell you whether I recommend it or not. So, without further ado, let's get started.
He shall appear from a far eastern land across the sea. A young man who has yet to know his potential. This potential is a power that could either destroy him or realize his will. His courage shall determine his fate. The path he must traverse, fraught with adversity, I await whilst praying. For this destiny predetermined since ancient times. A pitch-black night unfolds with the morning star as its only light. And thus the saga begins.
So the first game up is Shamu. Or, you know, Shamu. Or Shamu. Yes, I own 3 physical copies of this game and the PC version of this game. Shamu is my favorite game of all time. I was excited when they finally announced that they were giving us an HD re-release of the first 2 games. So quickly to go over the different versions I have the Xbox One edition. That's what I did my playthrough on. And then I have the PlayStation 4 edition. I actually didn't have a PlayStation 4 at the time I bought this. I just bought it because I wanted to support the series, because it is my favorite game series of all time. And I guess I just didn't want 2 copies of the Xbox One. I just wanted something a little different, you know what I mean? And then I have the PC version. That's the digital copy only, no physical there, unfortunately. Oh well. And then I have the Japanese PlayStation 4 limited edition. Yeah, they only got on PlayStation over there, no Xbox. I'm not sure about PC, if they got a PC version of that. And then actually I have another copy coming from France. It's their special edition. Comes with like an art book in the game on, and I bought the Xbox One version from them. Unfortunately, that art book is in French. What you can do. I wish here in America we got something special, because I want to say it's bigger in America than Japan. I could be wrong about that, but I thought I heard that somewhere before. Anyways, yes, my favorite game series of all time. I encourage you. It's cheap enough to pick up, or even use, I encourage you all to at least try it if you've ever been curious about the series. There's a, I'll admit, kind of horrible Let's Play on my channel if you want to watch the first game. Horrible in the sense that I'm not very good at doing Let's Plays. I have to work on my improv and spontaneity. I don't know what else you call it. Anyways, these are the first two games, of course, because the third one's not out, and the third one's being developed by a different company. I really enjoyed what they did with this, improving the visual fidelity of the games, adding both Japanese and English voice acting to the games, and adding the feature where you can save anywhere you want instead of having to either create a one-time save by using the continue option or having to run back to Rio's room every night or every time you wanted to save. Right now, as is, you just pause the game, hit save, and you pretty much create a save slate right there, which is awesome. And to give my thoughts on the glitches and bugs that were present at launch, it is sad that games nowadays are launched in such a broken state and now rely on patches to fix what should have been fixed before launch. And it's really sad when it's glitches and errors that weren't present in the original title. It just gives off a bad vibe for new players who may have not played it on the Dreamcast originally. You know, like, they might look at it and be like, why do people like this so much? It's broken. But no, it's just these. From my understanding, a lot of the issues were fixed. I haven't played through it since they released some of the later the layer patches. So when I do, I probably will play this game again quickly before Shenmue 3 launches, hopefully this year. And when I do, I'll probably do it on the PlayStation, just that way I can get those trophies, because I got all the achievements on here, so might as well try to get the trophies. And quick side note about the Japanese version. For whatever reason, they took out the English voice acting, so you just have Japanese, which is weird to me, seeing how you already have him in, work in here. Why would you take him out when you have him? Why wouldn't they want the option, maybe? I don't know. Know what I mean? So, yeah. Definitely worth picking up and playing. If you're a fan of the series, you probably have 20 copies already if you are. For new players, just bear in mind, it's from a different time. The game asks you a lot asks a lot from you for attention and all that. Now, they are slower games. You can't, skip forward in the game and just do the next mission or story beat. It asks you to take in the world, live this character's life, Rio's life, and be him. And that means waiting for stuff to happen. Like, if a store opens at 10, you have to wait until 10 in game time to go visit that store, to progress the story. It's just part of the world it builds, the immersion. It's my favorite game series of all time. Can't wait for 3. And next game.
Get more backup and lock down the airspace.
Yuri, you okay?
If he makes it out of that building, we're gonna lose him.
I'm gonna go,
Do your thing.
Yes! He's the day, Willie! Heads up! Hey, where you going? Catch! I'll clear a path. Follow me! Get out of here!
So you recall me saying earlier in the video that I didn't have a PlayStation 4 at the time I picked up Shenmue 1 and 2 for the PlayStation. But I got one for Spider-Man. Yes. I'm finally a PlayStation 4 owner. PlayStation Pro, it shows here. It's the Spider-Man Limited Edition. I got that on September 7th when it was released. I hooked it up, got all the updates, but I actually didn't start playing Spider-Man until about a week later because I was too busy finishing Shenmue 2. And by that time, there were a few patches released, so I didn't experience any of those bugs that you may have seen online. So, and yeah, Spider-Man. It definitely reminds me of the Batman Arkham games. I think I like those just a little bit better for like combat. One of the things they do that I really like is you have, as Batman, you have different gadgets, and like you could during battle quickly tap like double A and he would throw an ice thing, or double R or right trigger and he would throw a batarang, which comes in handy when you're fighting multiple guys at once. With this, Spider-Man has gadgets, but you have to select them through a wheel. And so a lot of times during those battles I would die because part of me would forget that I had those special gadgets and not use them. And so every once in a while, oh yeah, like I have a web bomb, yeah, or a concussion force I can use, and that would help me during some of those fights. So, pretty fun game. Probably one of the best swing mechanics that I've ever experienced. I have to go back through some of those older Spider-Man games and see how the swing compares. I know everybody praises Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation or Xbox, which I play on. I'm more of an Xbox gamer. Anyways, saying how amazing it is. It's been years since I played that, so I honestly don't recall. I'm thinking about going back through some of these older Spider-Man games just to see how they play. The swinging in it is definitely better than the Spider-Man 2000, because in that one you only can swing twice before he stops, and if you're not by any building to latch onto, you fall to your death. I just finished the DLC not too long ago. I just waited until all three were out and power through it. Yes, it is short, and I would say if you haven't bought it yet and you're wanting to buy it, I would say maybe wait for a sale. I don't know how much it actually goes for. I want to say like $10 a DLC, or $10 per pack or episode. And you get 2 to 3 hours worth of gameplay from the main story, and then the sides probably give you another hour, the side events. I got it for free, or in part included as a part of the console bundle and game bundle. So it was great because I didn't have to pay for it. Definitely worth picking up, like I said, and let's move on. Huge fan of the Hitman games, so I finally picked up Hitman Definitive Edition. This comes with all the DLC packs and everything they're pretty much released, while you still have to download some of it because it's not all included in this, which kind of sucks. Yeah, but this has pretty much everything. I like that all the episodes are on disc. I get to experience this Hitman story in one complete go instead of being broken up into episodes like it was initially released. I like that this returned to the more puzzle aspect of the games, like you found in Blood Money, where you could do like crave hits now. Or I remember the level that takes place in the theater, and you could get somebody else to shoot your target by switching out the gun that they use, the prop gun they use in the theater play. I like that kind of gameplay, or that kind of, no, how can I do this and be a silent assassin of just, instead of just running in there and popping the guy and running out like was mostly happened in Absolution. And speaking of doing crave hits, now it's kind of a downside, but also nice to have it, is those crave hits are called opportunities in here, and you actually can just go in the menu and pick which one you want to do, and it helps you, kind of guides you through, which is nice that you can see which ones, try different ones out that you might have not done before, and you know which ones are there. And on the other side, it's like, well, it's kind of holding your hand a bit. But anyways, definitely worth picking up. The second one's out, and I haven't played it yet, but I will at some point, probably a few years from now. I don't know, just whenever I feel like getting around to it, I guess. But anyways, on to the next game. I've started to notice a trend with the games I've been talking about. Like, yeah, we're picking up. We're worth it. And this one's no different. Detroit Become Human, from the makers of Heavy Rain, which was one of my favorite games. Well, I say was. I mean, it's still a good game, but I played through that a little bit too much, and I kind of see kind of the limitations of it and some of the BS that went on in there as far as story plots. But anyways, Detroit Became Human. Detroit Become Human. I picked up on Black Friday from Amazon for $20, so it was about half off. It's a really fun game. It plays similar to Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, and unlike Heavy Rain, where yes, your characters could die, but in that game, it was more towards the end of the game is when they were really in any danger. Detroit Become Human, there's a character you can pretty much kill off the second time you play as that character. So in Detroit Become Human, you play as 3 different characters. You got Connor, who is a police android detective. He's trying to find out why androids are becoming deviant, going against their program. Kara, who is like a maid, house servant. And then Marcus, who is a caretaker for an elderly man who gets tossed out and then tries to lead androids to a better future. Yeah, Connor was definitely my favorite character to play as. Kind of like Hitman, how they show you the different opportunities that you could partake in. This has a kind of similar feature. At the end of each chapter, it has a flow chart and shows you all the path you took, and then kind of shows you where you could have gone. Now, I mean, I won't tell you what you had to do to get that, but like all the different ways the story could split. And I found that really interesting, and now it encouraged replay. I immediately after I beat it, I went through and played again. I want to do another playthrough of this, but part of me doesn't want to get too burnt out on the story, so I'm gonna wait. I'm pretty much gonna do a really crappy playthrough where I pretty much let everybody die as soon as possible. Try to get the worst possible ending. And see how the story changes from what mine was. Because my first playthrough, 4 out of the 5 characters that I was kind of in charge of died. So, yeah, only one survived. That happened to me during Heavy Rain 2, where I got like one of the worst endings. I don't know why I always get the worst endings on my first playthrough. I did a second playthrough, it was a little bit better, but it was kind of bad too. Let's see. Well, I guess only one character really died, but my other characters were kind of hated. So, anyways, yeah, this is still about around $40. I see every once in a while it drops down to 30. So, it's definitely worth. Well, I guess each playthrough took me about 10 hours. So it depends if you're gonna go through it multiple times. I would say, yeah, it's definitely worth for full price. If you think you're just gonna go through it once, just experience your story that you are involved with, I would say maybe wait until it's about $30. But anyways, moving on. And the last game I have to talk about today is Hidden Agenda. This is from the makers of Until Dawn, which I just picked up a few weeks ago. Haven't played much, maybe an hour at the most. Hidden Agenda is a game where you could play by yourself, or you could get 5 other people together and play together. The way it works is you connect your smartphone or smart tablet to the system, and then while you're playing through the game, it gives you options. You want to vote A or B, and the majority of the players have to vote for one option to progress the story, or branch off the story into a certain direction. Every once in a while, everybody has to vote the same way, and every once in a while, it'll ask you, like, who's the bravest player in your group? And then it gives you options to vote for somebody, and whoever gets the most vote, they get to make one of the choices later on in the game. Like, so there's 2 ways of playing this. What I just mentioned was the story mode, where you just play through a story, experience the story. And then there's another mode which I haven't tried yet, because I played with 2 different groups and they both just want to experience the story. The other mode is competitive mode, where somebody has a hidden agenda. Now they have to make certain like things happen for them to win. So you don't know who has that, and you try and figure out who has this hidden agenda. From my understanding, and then at the end there's an end game scenario. Like I said, I haven't played that, so I can't tell you too much about how that all works out. One of the nice things about this game, it's only like 2 to 3 hours long, so you can get through it at your next game night. One of the kind of things I noticed that's kind of negative is the animations in this game aren't that great, and like people, they like to move their heads around like a lot. You know, and some of those, there was one scene that I remember particularly where your two main characters you play as are in diner and talking, and there's little kind of like jump cuts. And I'm assuming that's because you unlocked certain things or didn't unlock certain things, so it's jumping to that dialogue branch or that dialogue sequence that talks about the thing you unlocked, or you know, or it's skipping over the thing you didn't discover throughout the game. And yeah, they needed to smooth that out a little bit. This actually goes pretty cheap. This is new, even though or I got it new. I got it for Christmas. It came busted up, so definitely looking into replacing that case at some point. But yeah, it goes cheap. I wouldn't pay more than $15 for it if I could get away with it. It's probably worth $15 anyways. So that brings us to the end of this video of what I've been playing. If you like this, or if I feel like it, I'll make another one in probably 3 to 4 months. That way I can build up a little stack of games I've been playing and can talk about them. So until next time, thanks for watching and have a nice day. See you later. I'm gonna go back playing some games, or at least pretending. Activate green screen! Yeah! Oh yeah!